Hello, and welcome to Thibault Tidbit number 13 with me, Coach Colin from MHFA in Washington, D.C. This time I'm joined by our newest coach, Connor. Stretch your stuff, man. For this long episode, we're covering some common Italian postures and how Thibault shows to defeat them. Raise your hand if this has happened to you. You take the posture of the direct line, trying to engage the opponent's blade, but they withhold the blade completely out of presence, point down, until they decide you're open enough and run you through with a direct attack. Thibault says that if the opponent's sword is pointed all the way down and out of the way, to instead cover the opponent's hand, pointing at it directly. This forces them to engage your sword when they strike. Any movement forward means their hand must go past your point and up your sword. When they do commit to an attack, you angle your point over their sword to smother it with the strong part of your sword by the hilt, and step laterally into the bind, increasing the angle of contact and carrying the point away from you. This keeps you safe and allows you to riposte with a thrust of your own. The best thing is that as long as you keep your hand and hilt on the direct line, they can choose whatever side of your sword they want to pop up on, and you're still nice and safe. Just make sure your offline step is into the bind, not away from it. Stepping away can have its advantages, but not here. Then you might say, oh, well, if that's the case, maybe I should always point at their hand. Thibault says no, because if their point is towards you, they'll be able to engage their strong hilt to the weak point of your sword. The Italian masters called that finding the sword, and when they have that leverage, you're no longer safe to point at the hand. If the point is towards you, then instead, cover it with your sword, like in subjection, but without actually touching steel, and put your body in full profile behind your hilt. In this way, the attack must go to your inside, and you can put your body behind the safety of your strong hilt. From there, riposte or counterattack with your own point. If this looks like the Italian inquartata or girata, you'd be correct. They're very similar techniques. But that's not the only trick up the Italian fencer's sleeve. Figuratively and literally, their offhand and arm are also there. The hand parry is a nightmare for Thibault fencers because we love to engage the opponent's blade, but sticking our point out too far can have some dire consequences. If you find a fencer trying to use an offhand parry against you, Thibault recommends to simply lift your point away from the hand, denying the grab. Be careful though, move only the point and keep your hand and hilt on the direct line. When the thrust comes in, counter it in subjection by putting your point over their sword and stepping laterally into the bind. Then extend your point to riposte and aim for the chest directly inside of the sword arm. Even if the Italian fencer is ready with an attack when you pull your point away, keeping your hand and hilt on the direct line, just like last time, means they must attack it in order to get to you. Subjecting such an attack is actually quite easy with the lateral step, and the riposte is just an extension of the arm. Timing is the real defining factor here, so make sure to practice. Thanks for sticking with the long video, and thanks for sticking with the channel. 2025 has been a fantastic year, and I hope to see you at an event or tournament in 2026. If you do see me, make sure to say hello. Otherwise, see you next time.